And you're just in time for tea and the hottest entertainment stories this morning. Welcome to Tea Time. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, and I've got the usual crew here in the studio to help spice things up. The super duper Elsie Godwin and the super hyper Ife Oshinkeye. Hi guys.
Hi.
So Elsie, you've got some good news for us?
No, I don't.
Okay, you have some news stories for us?
No, I don't.
Nothing's
Buhari
new?
is the president for the next 4 years, so that's news.
Is that congratulatory?
To him, yeah.
I like the way you say that,
Congratulations to him.
Elsie.
I mean, he won, so congratulations to him.
Yeah, but
And to all his supporters around the world.
did you see anything this morning in terms of the supporters and how they were acting?
No, of course,
Celebrating.
his supporters are celebrating. They're happy that he won,
Yeah.
as expected. Yeah, so I don't want to talk about the opposition.
Yeah.
We are here now, so let's just move
I
on.
think you said it, and everything you need to say in that one statement. Ife, what do you have to say about the election?
Congratulations to President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Anything else? I wanted to bring this guy because we wanted to talk about it for some time now. Jordan, because I said it exactly. I was like, I have to bring this up, you know. So, what do you have to say, Elsie?
I think she's on the same WhatsApp group with you. So she got the hint to say, oh, I was drunk.
I think that is just like the perfect excuse for misbehavior.
But I said it and you guys didn't want to believe the excuse.
No, it's not. It doesn't mean that is exactly
Listen,
what
whether
happened.
she's lying or telling the truth, alcohol, the influence was there that
Yes,
night.
that's why we say alcohol
but you
is
guys
like
want
the
to believe
perfect
it.
excuse.
But you didn't
We all
want to
blame
believe
it on the alcohol
No, I don't
whenever you
believe so. If
misbehave.
it wasn't alcohol, she
whenever
would
you,
not have said anything like that.
you know, you
They
say a
want
lot
to
of things
lie.
you don't mean, and then you blame it on the alcohol. You
Oh,
just
no,
go,
they blame
yeah,
it on depression.
yeah, you know.
Well, let's move on. Let's not get into
But
this.
yeah, you said it. Is that what you want to
Thank you,
hear?
thank you,
said
thank
it.
you,
You said
thank you,
it.
thank you, thank you.
Briefly
All
on the
right.
WhatsApp group, what
I
you have to say,
I
right?
will, yes. We rub shoulders with people
Okay.
like that, yes. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a studio guest. We'll be telling you who that studio guest is right after this break. It's where the big stories live. This is PlusTVAfrica.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity?
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got two of the hottest topics currently trending on social media. If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on PlusTVAfrica. As mentioned before the break, it's quite an interesting edition this morning as we've lined up for you a remarkable studio guest. And it's about time we introduced that guest. Growing up, he wasn't allowed to listen to any type of singing except gospel. So that has actually helped him with his genre of music, which is mostly soul or R&B soul, or should I say soul again. He joined the church choir in 2014 and did that for only about a year before quitting. And then in 2015, he released Be Mine before writing Saved in 2016. His daytime job is in advertising, where he's also a content developer. He's also a writer and director as well. Have you heard him sing? Boy, he knows not just how to hit the right notes, but also takes you on an emotional journey. And if his sound doesn't strike a chord within you, then you've got to be made of stone. Often referred to by some of his fans as the King of Soul, he says one day he'll be on the Grammy stage and say, I dreamt of this day. Ladies and gentlemen, we present music artist Zoe Davis.
Thank you.
Welcome onto the show. Thank you very much for
Isn't that
coming.
like too big of a title for you, the King of Soul, considering the fact that Aretha Franklin, the late Aretha Franklin, was the Queen of Soul? Do you think you can meet up to that standard?
I think I can.
You think
I don't think it's a big title. No.
All right.
Okay. I'm glad that he actually started that, because I wanted to ask you about, the Grammys as well, do you not think that's also a big pedestal for you to like claim or aspire to? Because we've had so many artists in Nigeria who are aspiring and they've not, you know, like done that much. So
They've not gone past nomination.
yes. So I'm like, seriously, for you to say that, do you not think from where he's coming from his standpoint and from where I'm coming from regarding the Grammys, do you not think that's too much or too high a goal to reach?
No, I think we should
you
put
the
it
guest?
immediate. I think we should put it like, isn't that like too high a goal to be aiming for immediately, still being
Yes.
an upcoming artist?
Artist, yes.
I do not agree with you on that. I mean, there's no harm in having goals and dreams, you know. It helps me, you know, work hard and stuff like that. So I don't think it's too big.
Yeah, but you know what happens when we talk about dreams? Some people say, yes, you need to come up with realistic goals. And then some people say, if you can't come up with realistic goals, then you're building castles in the air. Do you think you have realistic goals or do you think you're building castles in the air? Forgive my, you know. Okay, all
So
right.
I think I'm building realistic goals.
Okay,
I think I'm up to it.
okay. I think Elsie has been dying to ask her question.
You asked the question I was going to ask.
Oh, really?
2014, you said you joined the choir and you left because you thought you were a singer, right?
Not good enough for the choir.
Not good enough for the choir, because you used the word singer.
Singer, yeah.
So you think there is no place for the singers in the choir or in the church?
No, I mean, the church, there's a place for everyone else, right? But I feel like you shouldn't come to church and lead people in worship and live a double life outside.
Okay.
Like, don't
So you
like
leave
that.
a double life.
Well, I'm not holy or a saint, right?
So what do you do when you're out of church?
I do boy things.
Boy things. So
Boy things
explain.
are not
Well,
holy.
boy things. Well, there are men on this table, so explain what boy things are.
Well said.
Well, so you know how sometimes they say this and this is bad and blah, blah, blah? So I do those things I think the church would not agree with. And I believe, like, you shouldn't live a life that the church does not accept and then come and sing and
Do you
lead
want to
people.
share some of the things you do that the church don't?
I don't,
Did not
I don't want to share.
Yeah, just say like woman.
Let me ask, so were you the lead, were you the lead then in the choir at the time?
I was one of the leads, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't want to come on to lead the worship knowing that, you know, you did all those things. Okay, so this was more of a personal thing, not the
Personal
church
decision.
imposing
No,
it
no,
on you.
was
Okay.
mine, yeah.
All right.
All right, so why soul? Okay, I understand the fact that you said you listened to a lot of gospel growing up and that affected your genre of music. So, but why soul, why R&B? Because it's not like there's a big enough market for that in Nigeria. So why did you decide to still go ahead and do that?
So I've tried every other thing, right? I've tried Afropop, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
But like what works for me very well is soul. And I feel like when I sing soul, I'm more alive and my audience can like feel my emotions and understand what I'm going through at the time.
So
Can
I
you
was
make us
writing my
feel your
introduction.
emotions and understand what you're going through
Now?
right now? Yeah.
What am I going through right now? Let me see.
Yeah, so just take us away.
I have a bad cold.
Oh, really?
You have what?
I never
Okay, why
heard,
don't you sing
I
Saved-
never heard
Saved for
Arita.
us?
I never heard Arita make an excuse whenever she was asked to sing.
Okay.
King of Soul.
So saved, okay.
Yeah, saved. Why don't you do saved? Because I knew that would be on the safe side.
Okay, so let me sing the chorus, right?
Okay. And take us through that emotional journey.
I'll try. When I'm down, you pick me up. When I cry, you dry these tears. 'Cause you know I need saving, saving from myself. When I'm down, you pick me up. When I cry, you dry these tears. Oh, you know I need saving, saving from myself.
Wow, wow. Elsie has developed goose pimples. Time for a break. When we return,
How is he
we'll
knowing my
carry
own
on.
goose pimples? I don't that part.
All right, we'll go on a quick break.
this
When we
feeling on
return,
the table.
we'll carry on chatting with our studio guest, Zoe Davis. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Thanks for staying with us. It's still your favorite entertainment news program, Tea Time, and we're about to continue our conversation with our studio guest, music artist Zoe Davis. Now, before the break, you gave us a wonderful rendition of Saved, and we didn't get a chance to actually comment. I didn't know if you guys wanted to comment.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
that was really beautiful. So you say you see yourself changing lives through music. What does that mean to you, or what does music mean to you?
So music is like life.
Okay.
And I always had this dream to make huge impacts in lives. And the only way I could do that, or I can do that, is through my music. And I don't know, I just want to help people, make them feel better.
So would you be doing any form of conscious music?
Well, yeah, everything I do will be conscious, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I think what Elsie was trying to ask is if he's going to be doing anything that in terms of handling social problems. Yes.
So I'm writing a song right now to help kids on the street. I want to do that kind of song with upcoming acts like myself.
Okay.
So yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said initially your parents were not in support of your music, and your dad bonds your first recording CD, right? How supportive are they now?
My mom is supportive now. My dad is late, so but she's coming in.
She's cool with it.
Yeah.
are you done with school?
Yes, I am.
Do you think
so
she's
do you think that's
supportive?
part of the reason why she's supportive, because you're done with school?
Or because you have a day job and she knows you're working?
Well, maybe that, but I just didn't stop. You know, they were hard on me for a long time. I also hard on them for a long time, and they just gave up on everything.
Okay, tell us about that first experience. What led to him burning, the first CD. And then you also talked about an incident, to do with your aunt. So I was like, maybe you can tell us.
Elaborate on the story.
Exactly, on the two stories. The first one with your aunt, and then the second one with your dad.
That's all my dad.
Okay.
So I had recorded Angel at 18 at the time, yeah. And I was so excited about the song and everything, and I went out to show my family. And the first thing my dad did was take all my CDs and burn them. It was devastating at the time because that was my first recording, and I felt like they should be on my side, But with time, I had lots of issues at home because of music and all that, but I just didn't stop. I'm very stubborn. I'm strong-willed, let me use that word. I'm strong-willed. I know what I want, and I go for what I want. Now, my aunt, I really don't know what story I said in the past, but the only incident I remember with my aunt was the fact that, so I left my home, I was staying with my aunt, and I had to pick, right, whether to do music or continue with school and get a job and blah, blah, blah. I chose to do music, and I was asked to leave the house, and so I went back. I went to sleep on my own and blah, blah, blah. That's the incident with my aunt, I can't remember.
No, the parts where you said she flogged you and you were singing Jesus Love.
Oh, yes, that's what we're talking
younger,
about.
Okay. So you realize that, so when, back in the day, we had like our aunts taking care of us.
Sorry, say that again.
So back in the day, we had our aunts taking care of us, right?
Okay.
And then...
All right, you know what? Maybe we should go on a break. Yes, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, I will continue talking to music artist Zoe Davis. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofyofobo, Akbolobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Welcome back. It's still tea time right here on PlusTV Africa, and we're moving on to our next phase in our chat with music artist Zoe Davis. Okay, let me ask you about your name actually, because I don't know, from other names or from other places that I've lived, Zoe is actually, is it from the Greek or is it Zoe from another language? You know, how did Zoe come about, and if it means anything in particular? Because I know for the Greek it means life, so I don't know if that's where they got it from. So I don't know if you know anything about, you know, why you were named Zoe and how you were named Zoe.
Well, it's my name, so I should know.
Okay, not everyone knows that story, so I thought, let me just ask.
So my dad kept telling me it was a Greek word for eternal life.
Okay.
And my dad is a very strong Christian, or devout Christian, and he named me Zoe Davis. So it was his choice.
Okay.
And I like the name. I love the name.
It's a great name, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So back to your music. Are you working on any projects right now?
A lot of things I'm working on. So yes, I am.
Okay. Are you going to give us a snippet of what it is, when it's going to be released, and if it's a video or a single?
So I'm trying to do a video for Saved, as it is.
Okay.
But I don't know when it's going to be released. It's going to take some time.
Okay.
I'm working on Saved right now.
But you're not signed to any record label?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Are you looking forward to that?
Well, if it comes, yeah. But I'm not really looking out for a label.
You rather do your thing yourself. So do you have like a management team put together that they work with you, or you do this all by yourself?
I have people I work with, people that believe in me so far and try to push me out there. So yeah, I have 2 people I work with.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your voice, because you use it to the best of your advantage, you know, to the best advantage basically. So I want to find out, you know, how you actually maximize that. Did you like go through technical training, music training, or is this all self-taught, or does it come to you naturally actually?
So after my dad bought my CDs, right, I started buying books on music and to learn how to use my voice properly, because I could not go to school to learn music or anything else. So I basically bought books and I learned myself.
Okay.
I taught myself.
So you didn't go for any singing lessons whatsoever?
No, I didn't do that.
All right, let's talk about the importance of education to an artist. Because a lot of artists these days do not even have any educational background apart from probably primary school, secondary school. They don't bother to go to the university. So do you think you going to the university, graduating, influenced your music in any way?
No.
It didn't?
No. So if I had a choice, I wouldn't go to school to learn real estate or whatever it was. I wouldn't have done that. I would just focus more on my music and learn from music, or learn about music, than real estate.
So don't you think the 4 walls of a school gave you more experience, gave you more exposure to different kinds of people, backgrounds? Yeah.
No. Life gave me that experience.
So you don't think that, you know,
Education
your education has any importance to play right now in your life, especially in terms of, you know, even getting self-taught with the music business?
Not really. I don't agree. I'm not big on the school thing, right?
Okay.
I don't agree with it.
So you're going to say, if you're an artist out there and you want to do music, it's not compulsory for you to go to school. Is that your advice?
Just do your singing and that's it?
Just do your singing.
Well, you have to know what you really want in life, right? For like singers, you should learn music at least. Know something about your craft. But then going to school we have lots of graduates out there. What's happening with them?
So as a content creator, do you think it's working together with your music line, or is it affecting it in any way? Like, do you have to separate your personality when you want to create content and then when you want to do your music, or is it just all together for you?
Well, I don't separate anything. It's it just comes naturally. You just have to write and write. Yeah.
So you're a content creator because it works with your creative side as a musician.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm still going back to education. Yes, because I think education is like a solid foundation for whatever you want to do in life, and I think it is very important. You might not see it, but in terms of writing your lyrics, imagine if you were not educated, do you think you'd be able to put those words together?
So I believe that foundations are very important, right? So your primary school, secondary school, nursery is very important. But then it's your choice, right, when it comes to university. You do not have to go to school if you feel like
or you do not have to go to university.
If you feel like your future and universities do not align together. For instance, if you want to be an engineer, I feel like you should go to school, a doctor, go to school and learn all those things. I mean, learn your craft properly. But then for people like me, artists, I feel like I should be on the Grammy stage, or I will be on the Grammy stage eventually. I don't think I need education. I mean, university education to get me there.
Do you not think it will help get you there?
Well, in reference to maybe meeting people that might be on the same level as myself, maybe yes, but nothing else.
So would you choose a music school over
a university?
For my craft, yes, I will.
So you agree that one is important?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so being a soul singer, R&B singer, do you play any music instrument? So how do you work with your people? Do you like direct stuff? Because for you to be a great R&B soul singer, you need to know the right percussion, know the right strings, and all of that. So how do you work with that?
So I always know what I want. Yeah. Like for Saved, I told the guy what I wanted. I knew the sounds I wanted. I knew what I wanted in this part and that part. I know what I want from the beginning. That way, it's best in laying the foundation with the producer. I can't play an instrument, right, but I know what I want and it helps me.
So do you intend learning how to play an instrument?
Well, I'm leaning towards the piano now. I will learn eventually.
Okay, I wanted to still take us back to something we've already discussed before, but I still haven't gotten, what I really want in terms of how you dealt, with the negativity in terms of accepting your music initially, especially with your family, because you said you put up quite a bit of fights. So I don't understand how you turned them around, if at all you did turn them around.
So the truth about things like this is when you don't give up on certain things, it pays off eventually. My dad and mom didn't like music. I mean, my style of singing. They didn't want me to do circular or they wanted me to just do gospel if I was going to do it at all in the first place. But I didn't stop. I kept doing my thing and I left the house. I moved out of the house, right? I was on my own. I think that helped me too.
Okay, as a result of the music and because of the back and forth between your parents, and you had to move out of the house.
I left the house and I was on my own.
Okay.
And I did more writing when I was alone. I did better without that energy around me. And every time I did something, I shared with my family on the family group on WhatsApp, for instance. And my mom would always say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. I ignore. I just kept doing my thing. And then she heard Saved and liked Saved. And that was how she said, okay.
Yeah. So speaking of Saved, when I was listening to it, it sounded quite conscious, or should I say religious. Were you tilting towards the spiritual aspect of music, or it just came?
So I wasn't tilting towards the religious part of music, right? I was writing from where I was at the time in my life, and
at what point were you at that time?
I was going through. I was having mind battles about. I didn't believe in myself anymore. I thought I was not good enough and stuff like that. And
did you say you were depressed?
Yeah, I was. I was going through depression at some point in my life. And Saved was.
Sorry, clinical depression or our own normal
I don't know what.
Okay, so you didn't go to the hospital for them to tell you you're depressed,
I have a doctor, right?
Oh, okay, fine.
All right, we haven't got much time, so can you just summarize it in 1 or 2 words?
It was a personal song.
Okay.
Not religious.
Okay. So you needed saving from yourself.
If you listen to the song well, it spoke about friends being there, like saving you, always believing you and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. That's precisely where we're going to wrap up this morning. Join us this afternoon for the latest entertainment buzz. Until then, big ups to my co-anchors, Elsie and Ife, the entire production team as well, our group of stylists, Kudi's Empire and Elsie's Empire, and of course our studio guest, music artist Zoe Davis. I'm Tokumbo Draiwo saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good morning.